Good day, everyone. Today I'll be talking about what you should know about land title before buying a property in Nigeria. The importance of land titles cannot be overemphasized. So, before you acquire any property, it is important that you ask, know, and verify what title comes with the property. It is very important to investigate before you invest. However, when you have verified what kind of title comes with your acquired property, you also need to know how that title impacts your property. Historically, all lands belong to the indigenous families dwelling on such lands, but the Land Use Act enacted in 1978 vested all land within a state in the state governor to hold on behalf of the people, and as such, all land within a state belongs to the governor. There are different types of land titles: free or under acquisition. A free land is that which the government has not indicated any interest in, while a land is said to be under government acquisition if the government has an interest in the area for the purpose of urban development or industrialization projects. Under the government acquisition land, we have committed acquisition or global acquisition. The land with committed acquisition means the government has designated that parcel for a specific project. As such, those parcels of land can never be released to individuals or organizations for development projects. Acquiring lands that are under committed acquisition will eventually lead to the loss of such investments when government moves to take full possession of such a parcel of land. Under global acquisition land, government does not have a specific purpose yet, and as such, those parcels of land can be later be free or committed as the case may be. Now, how can a land under global acquisition be free? This is where excision comes in. Under excision, we have excision in process or progress and approved excision. Excision in process is the process of getting a land under government acquisition released back to the indigenous owners or villagers because the land needs to be excised. Government can decide to make use of such land, and there is nothing the indigenous owners or villagers can do about it. I would advise you not to buy any land that has excision in process or progress. And if you must buy it, kindly wait until the title becomes approved excision. Approved excision. This is the process whereby government releases a parcel of land back to the indigenous owners of such lands for the purpose of residential and commercial development. When this excised parcel of land is published in government official Gazette, such land is said to have Gazette as title. Gazette is used to record the number of lands the government has taken in the community and the number that has been released to the community. Approved excision and Gazette are very good titles for a piece of land. Such lands are safe to buy and develop. The Gazette then becomes the title of the land, and such land is safe to buy. One can now proceed to process the CFO, that's the certificate of occupancy for such land. Certificate of occupancy. This is the most popular land title most people are familiar with. It is a very good title. Lands with certificate of occupancy are extremely safe to invest in. A certificate of occupancy is usually issued by the state government, and it connotes that the state government has officially leased the piece of land to the applicant for 99 years. Now let's talk about governor's consent. When a land with certificate of occupancy is sold to another person, it required that such person must now obtain the consent of the governor before that transaction can be deemed legal in the eyes of the government. As the name sounds, a governor's consent means the governor consented to the transaction. The transfer of ownership of a parcel of land with certificate of occupancy from one person to the other. In other words, the first person on a land is the only person or group of persons entitled to obtain a certificate of occupancy. Every subsequent buyer of that land must get a governor's consent. There can only be one owner of the certificate of occupancy on that land, and it will not be replicated for another person once the land has been sold or transferred to another person. Now, let's talk about registered deed of assignment. A deed of assignment is an agreement between the owner and seller of the property and the buyer of the property, showing that the seller has transferred all his rights, title, interest, and ownership to the new buyer. Upon the exchange of the deed of assignment and the registration of the document at the land registry, the land or property becomes completely and legally owned by the buyer of the property. Now, let's talk about registered survey. A registered survey plan is a document that measures the boundary of a parcel of land to give an accurate measurement and description of that land. The people that handle the survey issues are surveyors, and they are regulated by the Office of the Surveyor General in Lagos as it relates to survey issues in Lagos. This document must contain the following information: name of the owner of the land surveyed, address, description of the land surveyed, size of the land surveyed, the drawn out portion of the land surveyed and mapped out on a survey plan document, the beacon numbers, the surveyor who drew up the plan and the date it was drawn, office address of surveyor, signature, date, second seal of the surveyor stamped on it, plan number as submitted to the NIS and Office of the Surveyor General. A stamp showing the land is either free from government acquisition or not is pasted on the document. If this is your first time coming across my video, please kindly subscribe on my YouTube channel and don't forget to on the notification bell so that each time I drop a new video, you get notified. Thank you. My name is Nuruddin, CEO, Always Fresh Homes and Properties. Bye for now.